In the middle of a brain fog, it's quite impossible to find clarity and control. Because this indicates that you try to force a sense of direction and movement when clearly this is not what you're in right now. And the more you force yourself trying to figure things out up in your mind, the more frustrating it will feel, the more anxious you will get, because you are in avoidance of facing what is here. So what if the brain fog is actually your friend? What if the brain fog will reveal your next chapter naturally if you choose to let go of trying to figure things out? So ask yourself this: why is it so uncomfortable to be in this space right now, where you don't know, where your mind is foggy? Why are you drawn to distractions? Trying to force clarity? What is it about not being in control, not seeing clearly, that is so scary that you avoid it to all price? What if there is something to be found here that you are not seeing because you're not allowing yourself to embrace it, and therefore you are coming back to these cycles time after time, where you end up denying yourself in this state of being, instead of inviting your curiosity of exploring it. So when your mind is foggy and you don't avoid it with distractions anymore, and you stop to force clarity and control, you're left with not knowing, of the feeling like you have something in front of your face that is weighing you down. So what if you go into that heaviness and see what you will find there? Because this is probably the space that you are judging, that you are avoiding, because you don't know what you will find. But this is also where your path will appear by itself, not by force, not by avoidance, but by a natural alignment with yourself as you accept what is here, without trying to manipulate it in any way at all. What if this is the space that will reveal something much deeper than you could ever imagine? Because as long as you try to figure out the next step for yourself when you're in a brain fog, you are using your mind, and your mind can only refer to what it knows. For the mind, the unknown is a threat. For you, it's your home. So, it's rather to relate to your home in a new way. Your home, which is the unknown. Your home, which is before you have identified yourself with anything or anyone. The untouched landscape within yourself. Without being comfortable in this foundational state of being within yourself, you'll never really find out your true path in life. The thread that reveals itself to you as you are stepping out in the unknown, and then you simply follow. You're no longer the one who create your life in that kind of way. Rather, you're a servant to life itself. You listen, you tune in, and you follow. So, if your mind is foggy right now, listen to that. So you don't find a direction. Okay, that's an indication to stop, right? It's quite logical. If you can't see the path, stop. And if you're uncomfortable with what is here, breathe into that discomfort. Meet it with love, not with avoidance. Sooner or later, you'll find the next step within yourself as a byproduct of you letting go of control. As a byproduct of you allowing yourself to be revealed to yourself. So the brain fog is a beautiful state, an in-between state of being, before the next step into the direction that life wants to take you. And when I say life, you can really use whatever word is suitable for you. God, universe. Or you can bring it into something more tangible, that you simply follow what excites you. And if you can't feel that excitement and everything is foggy, you simply stop, because you have no direct input for the next steps. And then you're invited to surrender to this, to the unknown, to the brain fog that you're in. Or you can be in conflict with it. It's like really up to you, it's your choice. Being in conflict with the brain fog and the unknown is basically that you try to force yourself into something that doesn't feel nice or good for you. You can live like that, but you will probably feel like you're in a constant battle with yourself. And you can choose to be in the flow, where your inner river is flowing without any obstacles. This feels like an exhale, like something that is more soft in a way, and more directional in another way. But it's to shift your inner lens and your perspective on life. And if you choose to call that inner shift God, or the universe, or the life force within, or follow your inspiration, or, it doesn't really matter. You can choose whatever label suits you, or don't choose a label at all. In essence, you're left with yourself. And either you can be in denial of yourself, or you can embrace yourself. And a pointer to yourself is to accept what is around you and what is within you. A pointer from yourself is to force yourself into things that you think is good and great, but it's really driven by your personal identity, which is nothing more than a set of thoughts that has been constructed over time into a shape that you call you, right? There's nothing woo-woo about this. You will find this out through really having a close look at yourself over time. It's an unraveling. And if you're here and you're still listening to me, you're probably, you can probably see a lot of the things that I speak about, or at least you feel them within yourself to some degree. You can just resonate with them. There is something that you just feel like, yes, this is pointed to something real within myself, what Leo is sharing. I'm not sitting on the answer, right? I'm simply sharing what's alive for me and my own unravelment, my own journey. And I try to not push a perspective onto you, but rather to share different ways of looking at things that might give some clarity for yourself. Not as a mental concept, but rather as a direct recognition within yourself. Where the brain fog is a thing that we all can relate to some degree, right? We all have those moments where everything just feels very foggy. And instead of trying to push yourself through it, I myself have found that when I let that go, I clear the path and my inner environment to let something that feels good to reveal itself, that I then choose to follow. And this path is devotional to my own unfoldment, on my own journey, which may or may not resonate with you. Anyways, that was all I had for this video. So let yourself be known down in the comments if you're someone that is watching my videos, but you haven't really engaged with my channel yet. In the comments, I would love to connect with you there and to walk this journey together. Okay, bye.